Last night, my wife and I were watching a TV show called Landman. Was it the season finale of season 2? And it was phenomenal. Now, I normally wouldn't bring up a TV show, but something happened last night that made me think about my situation of being retired and many, many of the people I've encountered on YouTube. The main character's name is Tommy. He's the landman. Works for a giant oil company. I won't go into too much backstory. If you're interested, watch the show. It's on Paramount Plus. Billy Bob Thornton plays Tommy, the landman. And he has a whole cast of characters around him, and boy, are they characters. But his friend that owned the oil company passed away, and the wife took over. She has some kind of vision for the company that Tommy keeps telling her that's not going to happen. But she rejects his advice, so much so that after being promoted to president, she fires him. Well, he contacts some friends trying to set up a deal, and everything seems to be falling through. And one of the friends tells him, Tommy, stop all this. Come be one of my vice presidents. And he offers him a fantastic salary, all the perks and benefits you would want. And Tommy says, excuse me, but they're out at lunch. He said, excuse me, but I've got to go. And he said, yeah, I bet you do. No, meaning he's trying to put a deal together. And once he's rejected, there's no point in having lunch because he's got 10 different things going on. Very exciting season finale. More than once I had to leave the room. I get upset when I see injustice. But it all worked out in the end. But the point that I'm trying to get to, and this old man mind won't seem to let me, is as he's leaving, his friend says, take the job, Tommy. You'll have more money than you'll spend. And he says, I got to know. And his friend says, Tommy, you got to know what? And he turns and he says, I got to know if I got one more home run in me. And that hit me because a lot of men I know have that same thought, especially at retirement. We feel like we want one more time at bat. We want to hit that home run. And then we can sit down on the bench and feel like we've succeeded. Have you ever felt that way? Have you ever felt like, I wish I could have one more turn at bat to try to get that home run? I know my dad, when he retired, it was sort of a forced retirement, but I would go see him and I pull in the driveway. He wasn't allowed to smoke in the house. And his cancer was already so far advanced that the doctor said, let him smoke as much as he wants. It's not going to make any difference now. So he would go out to the garage, get a thermos of coffee, and sit there and drink coffee and smoke cigarettes. And I stopped by and I said, why don't you just take up a hobby? And he said, what? What am I going to do? He said, well, you have all this equipment. You could build a birdhouse. A lot of traffic going by out front. You could build them and sell them. And he went, do I look like a man that builds birdhouses? I've put together multi-million-dollar deals. I've made millions and lost it all. Dad was one of those businessmen that every time he made a dime, he put 12 cents in on the next project, knowing full well he should only put 5 cents and keep some. But that's a different story. But I was watching Landman, And I was wondering how many of us feel like we need that one more turn at bat. Quite honestly, I didn't feel that way. I kind of felt like after a lifetime of working, I've had enough turns at bat. So Tommy turns and he tells his friend, I got to know. And his friend says, Tommy, you got to know what? And he said, I got to know if I got one more home run in me. You see, Tommy didn't want to settle for the salary and the job and building someone else's dream. He wanted one more shot at fulfilling his dream and seeing if he had one more home run in him. If you're sitting wondering if you have one more home run in you, you do. The one thing I could recommend to a lot of people in retirement, never think about it. Because frankly, some of us have been told to our face, hey, old man, I'm not interested in hearing what you have to say about life. But those are the people that need the advice the most. So if you're out there and you're thinking, I'm not sure if I want to start a YouTube channel, and I've read comments from so many people, and in the comment, they tell a little bit of their story, that they would be wonderful at sharing their stories with the rest of us on their own channel. So if you're wondering if you've got one more home run in you, you probably do if you want to step up to the plate. You see, Tommy didn't want the salary. He wanted the dream. He wanted the opportunity. And that's the part of the season finale that stuck with me. If any of this makes sense, if you found any of it helpful, hit the like and share button. And if you know somebody that's retiring or thinking, wondering whether they have one more home run, share this video with them, because they do. See you in the next one, folks. Bye now.